Hello everybody, and welcome back to Air Conflicts, Secret Wars. It's me, Dark Mazda, for Dark Mazda Series Gaming. In the last episode, we were continuing on with the campaign, and we made it to a new campaign set of missions. So we're going to continue from that point now.
Mcintyre's latest Polish operation, Operation Hydra, had been a great success. Tommy, Clive and I lived amongst the RAF pilots for a time, hiding from the Nazis at a secret airfield which had been prepared for us by the Polish resistance. I occasionally flew short smuggling flights, mostly to fetch vodka. As the days passed, I spent less time with Tommy. After all we had been through, Tommy had seized upon the comradeship of his countrymen with relish. He even discovered that one of his old squadron was at the camp, a man named Archie Lincoln. I recognized Archie from my father's old photograph, and wondered if he knew anything of my father's fate, but I didn't ask. My mood was bleak, and I was exhausted from lack of sleep. The massacre at Sutjeska some weeks ago still haunted my nightmares. I spent more time with Clive, and inevitably this meant a lot of drinking. Tommy clearly didn't approve, especially when I took a plane up while I was drunk. But even at his most frustrated with me, Tommy never touched a drop himself. I found myself wishing for word from Night Owl. If I had to help someone, I'd rather it was her than Mcintyre.
CSG Patrol. The Armia Krajowa believe there to be 4 major German combat forces operating in this area. Your goal is to locate them and gauge their numbers. To avoid a direct confrontation, your plane will be disguised. It is imperative that you do not break this cover. Do not engage with enemy units. Let's try this one. Junkers Stuka.
We mustn't be surprised again. We need intelligence. We need to know the extent of the Nazi forces in the area.
Your captured enemy plane gives you an edge. Remember not to fire on your fellow Luftwaffe. That'd tip them off.
I know what I'm doing. Pretending to be a Nazi so I can recon their forces. I crossed the border.
Good. I'm marking the next checkpoint. Keep your eyes open for Luftwaffe, and fly like a German.
Tommy, I've got tanks. Quite a few. This looks bleak.
Do not engage. Go to the next checkpoint. Let's see what else they have.
Artillery located. The Nazis are everywhere, Tommy.
Stiff upper lip. I'll mark the next checkpoint.
Something's down there. Light vehicles of some description.
I think you've got company in the air. Play it cool and head for the next checkpoint.
It's crawling with Nazis, Tommy.
Get back here, take it easy. At least we know what we're facing.
I got away with it. I can't deal with these levels of tension, Thomas.
Well, that's that mission completed. I'm not sure how we failed before. The plane seemed to be faster the first time round, so they caught up to us. The Sutjeska recon was strange. At first I was alone, then I picked out one tank, then another, then one Akka, then another, until the ground, through nothing had changed, was swarming with Nazis. It was a disturbing sensation. Nazis everywhere. When I returned from the mission, Tommy and Clive were waiting for me. I felt so distant. I didn't want to look at my friends too closely in case they weren't friends at all. Bombing assessment. Follow the waypoints and determine the success of Operation Hydra on Nazi targets. If the bombing runs were as successful as planned, enemy presence should be minimal. Caution is advised, however. Objectives. Assess success of bombing raid. I'm going for the Spitfire. We like the Spitfire.
Good day, boss. Tommy asked me to take the radio this time round.
Yes, Clive, I know.
Well, as I understand it, the RAF need a follow-up on Operation Hydra. To swear blind, there's not a German left in the area. But the AK boys have been reporting Nazi sightings for weeks.
I'm at the first waypoint. It looks like nothing's changed since the bombing.
Check the other sites. Any order you fancy.
Wait, Clive! I see something. Hell, I've got Nazis! I've got a lot of Nazis!
Don't engage, boss. You need to check the other sites so we know how many of the buggers there are.
I'm under fire. There are more Nazis here. Damn it! That bombing run must have had barely any effect on personnel. They're still fully functional. They must be using camouflage to pretend that the bombs hurt them.
Sneaky old Hun. Get yourself out of there, boss.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. I'm hit! My engine's burning! I'm going down!
Deedee! Shit! Where's Tommy?
The bird's wrecked. Goodbye, Tommy.
So we've landed, and looks as though the Nazis are coming for us. I feel so scared. All of a sudden, I feel so empty inside, and yet, when I thought I was about to die, I suddenly felt a tremendously powerful desire to live. What is happening to me? Perhaps I can shake this mood now. I have been so unpleasant to Tommy recently. It was only later that I realised I had crashed on Christmas Day. There was no celebration in the Armia Krajowa camp.
I felt the bullets before I heard them. A dozen juddering hits that tore through the metal and ripped the heart out of my plane. Then the noise came. The terrifying metallic shriek of the ricochet. A cold, high whistle as the air howled through the line of quaint-sized holes in my fuselage. The stick locked into place. The engine spluttered and died. In that moment, though I never heard it, I fancied I could hear my father's voice. Tally-ho! Into the drink again! But there was no water beneath me, just unyielding earth. I have little memory of what followed, beyond landing hard and staring up at a blue sky, painted white and black with clouds and flak bursts. It was Clive, not Tommy, who comforted me afterwards. He reassured me, gave me brandy, and told me everything was fine. At the time, it seemed like the most normal thing in the world.
Evacuate factory. German bombers are en route to the Armia Krajowa's munitions factory at Radom. Hold them off for as long as possible while AK forces organise the evacuation. Protect the evacuating AK personnel. Expect heavy resistance on all fronts. We'll take the one with the higher endurance.
Get in the sky. Get up there.
I see fighters. I'll do what I can, Tommy. Fly safe.
You too.
The vehicles are loading, grabbing what they can of the ammo. Protect them from those fighters while they load. A stray shell could set the whole lot off.
Two more to go. Last one. There we go.
Second wave incoming. Get those trucks loaded faster.
It's not so nice down here, boss. Given a choice, I'd rather be up there with you.
Go on, that's them done.
Black Wing, this is Night Owl calling. Be aware, the Nazis have another secret weapon. Night Owl? What sort of... Oh, I see it, a train. A train with a bloody big gun.
We better do what we can to stop it, Deedee.
The skies and ground are clear. For now.
Okay, so get your bum back on the ground. I need rescuing. I've got a crate of guns and a bottle of the good stuff if you need incentive.
Tommy, I'll pick up Clive. You stay with the convoy.
Roger.
Land to collect Clive.
Oh, cheers, boss.
We need to catch up with the convoy.
The plan is the convoy will split into three to make pursuit harder. But that means you and Tommy will have to protect all three convoys.
Well, let's do it then.
The first convoy's in danger, boss. Incoming German Tigers. Stop them before they hit our people.
Right, you all, let's go then.
I see them. I'll do what I can.
They survived. It's a bloody miracle.
I see that you're as formidable as ever, Black Wing.
Let's get away from here. Any direction, just away.
Oh, we completed the mission. Nicely done. So, that second attempt at protecting the convoy was a success, and we got a new plane. Hearing Night Owl's voice was a relief. I couldn't avoid the thought that one day, with no warning, we'd simply cease hearing from her forever. She told us about Operation Belt, an organised assault by the army of Karajoa against border posts defining the territory annexed by the Nazis. Tommy, Clive and I volunteered to aid the AK and were assigned orders. We all imagined some sort of revenge for Radom and for Sutjeska. Operation Belt. Foolish forces are making a last-ditch attempt to push the Nazis out of Sutjeska. Your role is to fly ahead to scout the strength of the enemy. Once the Polish ground troops have engaged with the Axis forces, provide whatever air support is required. Expect heavy resistance in the air and on the ground. Let's try this one. This aircraft here.
The AK are gathering for a concerted attack on multiple Nazi border posts. We're going to meet a couple of RAF planes for support, so head to the rendezvous waypoint first.
Roger. Do you have any other friends we can call upon?
Deedee, I just don't know.
Tommy, Mr. Beck. It will be a pleasure to fly with Guillaume's daughter.
Archie! Now the Germans are in trouble. The great Archie Lincoln is out of retirement and back in the sky.
I remember you from Tommy's photograph. You knew my father.
Ha! Good days! Tally-ho! Into the drink again!
Let's stay in the sky this time.
The AK are fighting on the border. The faster we take out the Hun, the fewer casualties we'll sustain. Remember, we're badly outnumbered.
Roger that. We'll just outfight them.
Oh, there's a lot. Kill all of them within 4 minutes. Like, less than 4 minutes.
Boys, we have company. From the east, incoming fighters.
Ground targets are a priority, Mr. Beck. Leave those German boys to the RAF.
The AK have reached the border.
Straight into the teeth of the Nazi artillery. They need a miracle.
I'm feeling relatively miraculous. For the first time in a long time.
Do it. We'll tie up the Luftwaffe.
Attacking me while I'm in my important mission. More tanks.
The main force is in sight. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. The force seems commensurate with the force I scouted before Christmas.
The AK's advancing, Deedee. If those tanks remain, we'll lose the battle.
I'll get rid of a few of them now. Should get them at this pass.
I think that's it. It's quiet. Did we win?
It would seem so.
My friends, it has been an honor to fly with you.
I'm glad I got to share the sky with you one more time, Archie.
Operation Belt was a great success. During February, 13 border posts were disrupted by the army of Krajowa. Night Owl informs us that it's time to move on. Our time in Poland was difficult. We are tired, but we did celebrate with a few crates of vodka that Clive and I had located, and crashing my bird seems to have helped me as well. I no longer feel the helplessness that the Sutjeska massacre inspired in me. I hope I will never feel that way again.
In the flesh, Archie Lincoln was as I had imagined him to be. A gruff, friendly bear of a man, with a generous pipe of tobacco permanently puffing away from beneath his bristles. He had a pronounced limp, a souvenir of previous campaigns. As the camp celebrated Operation Belt, he approached me to share vodka and stories of the past. I think he was curious about me. Mcintyre had been very much the same. Once again I got the impression that these men, rough, tough flyers all, had been a little in awe of my father. But I had no past, only the stories passed on to me of the man who was my father. My image of him was becoming clearer, but there were still many questions to be answered. As the drinks flowed, Archie gave me another piece of the puzzle.
We are going to leave that for now. So that has been another episode of Air Conflicts, The Secret Wars. I've been your host today, Dark Master, for Dark Master Series Gaming. Fancy being downed on Christmas Day of all days. And then after discovering that Nazis are everywhere, Nazis, we've done our bit this episode in order to rid the Nazis, to get rid of them. Yes, we've blew up loads of tanks, loads of planes, we've protected convoys, and we have made sure that our cause is going to come out on top. So that's going to be it for this episode. If you've liked it, give me a like and a sub, and until next time, that's goodbye from me, and I will see you guys on the flip side.